Welcome back to AM Northwest. Tomorrow marks the National Day of Remembrance for murder victims. Here to share a local event commemorating the day, we welcome from the National Women's Coalition Against Violence and Exploitation, founder and president Michelle Bart, and from Odyssey World International Education Services, founder and executive director Karen Morrison. Good to have you both with us. Thank you so much. Let me start with you, Michelle, because one of the things you talk about as at your organization at Northwest Cave is you have a dream of a day when we have a time with no violence.
Yes, that's our slogan, has been for nearly 2 decades. We have a dream, a world without violence. What's that look like to each of us is a different perspective. But for us, like for tomorrow, these victims didn't have a chance to see that day come. So we're honoring them and memorializing them and their family members that are left behind, especially the children.
Right. Karen, your son was killed violently, 2013, I think it was. Why is it important for you to take part in this day? I know you two have been working together for a while, your organizations have been working together for a while, but for you it's very personal. Losing your child is the worst thing I can even imagine.
It is the hardest thing anyone can go through. And Helen, I want to tell you that when I heard the news, I audibly heard my heart break.
Yeah. You heard it in a terrible way. First of all,
I heard it break.
You were living in Spokane.
Yes.
The Spokane police called you without even letting you know or send someone to your door that they had found your son murdered. You were told, we need you to come identify the body.
Yes.
And you had no idea what had happened.
No.
That is unbelievable.
And that happens more than we hear about.
Yeah.
I am grateful to be a senior executive director of Odyssey World International Education Services and put in a place that has a platform to speak to other people that this continues to happen and be a voice for those that maybe their voice hasn't been heard. So I'm very grateful that I can help with the healing process that must take place after.
And everyone needs to be treated with dignity. So that's part of your cause too, is to make sure that police and all of those services involved treat every family member of a murder victim with dignity.
Yes.
And that doesn't happen too often.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
It happens a lot, but it doesn't happen all the time, which organizations like ours, we're trying to change the narrative because they're victims. Victims shouldn't have to fight as hard as perpetrators do. And so at the end of the day, the victims need to be heard. And if they can't be heard because someone's taken their life, then there's agencies like ours that are going to hold you accountable in order to seek justice for those left behind.
Absolutely. You're going to honor a number of murder victims. I wanted to mention a few of them. Let me mention Carissa Larkin. She was a mom of 3, murdered by her ex-fiance last year in Vancouver. Her 4-year-old son was in her arms when she was murdered. Oh my goodness. And then in 2023, Michelle Melendez, 27, and her 7-year-old daughter, Layla Stewart, were shot to death by an ex-boyfriend.
And we just celebrated Layla's 10th birthday a couple days ago.
I don't know how you handle this kind of situation each day, because you're face to face with it and you're trying to help the family members. They're going to speak, family members or friends are going to be speaking at this event tomorrow, right?
That is correct. We have a whole line of individuals that feel comfortable to tell their story and to talk about their loved one or their child. So they'll be on stage, and then we'll invite folks from the audience up as well. And you'll be the MC of the event, and we appreciate that so very much. But it's a time for us to remember those that we've lost, while advocating for not only accountability and justice, but we have a campaign to see that the 11th memorial wall for murdered victims get established right here in Clark County. So that is our campaign beginning tomorrow during Give More 24, in order for us to seek property to have a wall where we have a lot of loss in our county
Yes.
to murder, especially intimate partner
Yes.
violence.
Yes.
Such as somebody that used
Oh
to be
yes,
here.
Alice Boland, who was a regular on our show, who was a chef on our show, was murdered by her husband back in 2023.
Her new husband.
Her new husband back in 2023. It was an incredible. Well, I think all of us are touched in some way by murder, by
Yes.
violence, right? All of us, I think. If it's not by a family member or a friend, it's by ourselves. We've been
Yes.
affected by it in some way. You weren't able to get justice until you had family members step in. Your father was a police chief in Great Falls, Montana. He helped to step in. You had another relative in a high
Yes.
place who was able to step in. But you shouldn't need that.
You shouldn't need that, and that's not right. My father was a police officer,
Yeah.
the first Black African American in Great Falls, Montana. And when he came from not only of a grieving place of losing a grandson,
Yes.
but as a place of authority, a trusted face.
Right.
My sister, Kelly Tapp, is with the Omaha Police Department. She came as well to say, what happened? Why was she told like this?
Right.
We never do that.
Right.
A coroner called her, and my dad said something that I'll never forget. He said, so when you did that, I wouldn't have been here to bury one, but I would have had two.
Yes.
She was crawling down
yeah.
a street
You
when
would've-
they told
yes,
her. And
absolutely.
so he said, that is not acceptable.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is not okay. But again, Helen, it is about justice
Yes.
and that we're all treated with dignity and respect, no matter who you are.
Absolutely.
And our community has started stepping up to let the voices of those that have been hurt be heard.
Yeah, absolutely. We want to tell everyone the event tomorrow again is at 6 o'clock. It's at Esser Short Park. It starts at 6, runs to 7:30. There'll be candles given out so we can honor the lives of the survivors. A National Day of Remembrance for murder victims. Please come if you can. Thank you both
Thank
so
you
much.
so
And
very much,
Karen, thank
Ellen.
you for sharing your
Thank
story.
you.
All right, we'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away.